I just do an old man grunt? I just did an old man grunt. Wow. My dream job as a kid was to be an astronaut.
How about you?
Not well.
I wanted to be one of the top-ranking attorneys that sued everybody and take you for all what you're worth. I don't have hobbies. I don't have time to have hobbies. I am a wife, a mom, and a career woman. So yeah, no hobbies.
Basketball, football, baseball, and believe it or not, books. My hobbies now are just raising kids.
I don't even know what I would do if I had time. If I had time, I think I would take more naps.
My cultural background growing up definitely influenced who I became. I attribute a lot of the things that I do now to things that I did in my childhood, good or bad, that I've gleaned and made changes and adjustments, I guess, along the way. It's definitely helped me in my relationship with my wife. We have our nuances, and I think that we balance each other out. A little crazy on one end, a little irrational on the other end.
As far as my background playing in our relationship today, I think I've kind of won that battle.
We met on AOL Instant Messenger. A friend of mine was talking to her one night on Instant Messenger.
One Sunday I was on and he was on and he sent me a message. I messaged back just to try to be nice. And then he came up with some story that he had to go to the store for his mom to go get some ingredients because she was cooking dinner, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, you know, my friend's here. You can talk to him while I'm gone. And so I was cordial to this person because I really did think that he was just pretending to be somebody else to see if I would be nicer to him. I don't know. I really don't understand the logics behind why he did that.
Can you type to this girl I'm talking to real quick? I'm like, what? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. He's like, please, just keep her online. So I got on and I started typing to her and I didn't know who she was. And we typed back and forth for the better part of 10, 15 minutes. And that's how I initially met her. We ended up exchanging numbers some weeks later. I remember her giving me a call. We were supposed to meet up, didn't meet up.
I was stood up. He ended up not showing, but I didn't care. I didn't know the guy.
But we still kept in contact with each other. We still talked on the phone, and we talked on the phone for like 3 months. I had no idea what she looked like.
But he ended up being really nice, and it was really hard not to be nice to him. So I was nice to him, and then conversation just continued, and we talked for a couple of days, couple of months actually on the phone, and then we met in person.
She came and surprised me at my job one day at Walmart and saw her for the first time.
I did not tell him we were coming just in case he was not attractive. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, who wants to be with somebody who's not attractive, right?
When I saw Nikki for the first time, it felt surreal because I talked to her for 3 months on the phone. Like there was a face to the voice. We wouldn't be married if she wasn't fine. So definitely she looked good when I saw her. So, and I think that she would tell you that she would have done the same thing to me. If I didn't look good, she would have been like, yeah, I'm out of here.
Once we figured out who he was, I was like, all right, you know, he's decent enough for me to introduce myself to him.
No, she looked very beautiful. I still have the picture of us meeting for the first time at Walmart that I keep with me.
And it was not love at first sight, actually. It was quite strange. The face was a stranger. So it was just a very weird feeling of this face that I don't know embodied a voice that I knew very well. So no, it was definitely not love at first sight. It was just it was very awkward.
It was weird for me. I'm pretty sure it was weird for you.
It was very weird.
Okay. And so, you know, we continued to talk, and then, man, she went off to youth camp.
You made me sound like such a child.
But she went off to youth camp, and man, she got hyped up with some Holy Spirit, and she came back and she was like, you know, you're not spiritual enough where I need you to be at yet. And I was like, what? And I didn't talk to her for like 9 days.
Yep, ghosted me.
For like 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
I had to do some soul searching over those 9 days, and things were weird, and I started talking to someone else who I wasn't even really interested in.
Mm-hmm. Ghost me for 9
man,
days.
You said you didn't want me, so I'm like, all right.
That's not what I said. I didn't say I don't want you. I said we can't have a relationship if you are going to believe that you can have a relationship. What do you say? Oh, I can have a relationship with God without the church. I don't need no church to have a relationship with God.
I said something like that.
Okay. So I said, if that's going to be your standpoint, this is not going to work.
No, you're not wrong. I did say that.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, that happened.
After the 9 days passed, we became friends again, and he wanted to hang out. And he's like, hey, can I come see you? And I was like, I'll be at the church, 1250 Cobb Parkway. And
Yeah.
he was like,
And I did do that.
he was like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, okay, then you won't be seeing me then. And he was like, I'll be there on Sunday.
Yeah, I remember that. It's Friday.
Hey, you said Sunday, and I was like, nah, bruh, you're not ready for Sunday.
Okay.
You can meet me on a Saturday at youth, but you're not meeting me on Sunday. That's like dating status.
Ended up, coming to church pretty regularly. I did make it to Sunday services. And I think the biggest thing that attracted me to you eventually was the fact that you did have morals and that I couldn't just do whatever I wanted to do. And, you weren't going to do everything I told you to do.
No. And I had a cute face.
Very cute face. But needless to say, I got in good with everyone, passed all the tests, I believe. And
You believe you're here?
life after the first year of marriage was like being in the dark ages. It was absolutely horrible.
We fought all the time.
We were trying to figure out who we were together, and it was a lot of fighting. That first year, it was a lot of fighting.
I can't even remember the things that we used to fight about. I do remember though that we thought, or at least I thought, it was like the end of the world because we were so well when we were dating and so well when we were getting ready to be married. So to then now we're in a place where we're just not getting along or things are just not making sense.
I mean, of course, there was a lot of love. We would have our first kid out of that first year if it wasn't some love, but there was a lot of fighting. So it was kind of one of those dark ages.
Like leaving the toothpaste cap open, squeezing from the middle. The toilet paper goes like over, not under. Leaving the toilet seat up, how to pack the dishwasher. Put all the plates together, the large ones first and the small ones, like things that made logical sense to me just never crossed his mind. Stuff like that is what contributed to a lot of butting of heads.
I always say that, like the first 3 years of marriage are the dark ages. You can get through those first 3 years, man, you got a shot. Do I subscribe to traditional gender roles? Absolutely not. Who's the cook in the family?
I am.
You cook up what you want in your mind, and I have to actually carry out the physical part of it.
All right, tell me why you're the cook of the family.
Because I can cook.
No, that is not why you're
So
the
if my food was nasty, would I still be the cook of the family?
Bruh.
Would I still answer the question?
Why are you the cook of the
Answer the question.
I'll answer the question. Why is he the cook of the family? Because I decided I wasn't going to cook anymore because somebody wasn't appreciative.
I mean,
Yes. Okay.
look, with a family this big, you just gotta pick whatever you do well and keep doing it. I cook, I clean, I do those things well, so that's what I do. She plans, she is a money maker, that's what she does, and she does that well. So she's the breadwinner. I mean, you can say that I'm kind of the housekeeper cook, whatever you want to talk. It works for our family, so we don't think anything of it. If you do subscribe to gender roles, and you're kind of overextending and, for lack of a better term, sucking at whatever your gender role is, maybe you need to switch things up.
Let's start off with Lincoln. He is the newest. He will be 3 in August. He's our wild child. That's just the best way to describe Lincoln. He is loud. He is boisterous. He's always naked. That's just who he is. He doesn't like clothes or shoes. I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that he was born at home. Lucas is my quiet one. He's quiet but mighty, unless you wrong him, and then he's not quiet. He will let you know that you have wronged him. He's my COVID baby. That delivery was surprisingly nice. With Liam, I was trying to do a water birth at a birthing center. I had a long day that day. I had a fever. Fever wouldn't go down. We couldn't figure out what's going on. My heart rate was dropping. His heart rate was dropping. We left the birth center. It was a horrible experience. He came into this world wild and crazy and with drama. Nick is my sweetheart, Nick. His pregnancy was a delight. His story is not as exciting or traumatic, but that's Nick. Nick is very even keeled, and he goes at his own pace. He came out the birth canal really quickly and he was asleep. The midwife had to give him a love tap to wake him up to make sure he was breathing and everything was good, because he was fast asleep when he was born. And he sleeps everywhere. Danny, my sweetheart, my only girl, her story is kind of funny because her father, he decided that, we were gonna wait a year or two before starting a family. It was a butting of the heads again, because I really felt like it was time to start and he did not. And turns out I was already 3 months pregnant. For her, she was late, and I told my midwife, I was like, listen, this child needs to be born. It's the mid of July in Georgia. I am hot, I am miserable, I am tired. That's who Danny is. She shows up whenever she wants to show up. That's her personality, and that's how she came into this world. She was 7 days late.
How did I feel when my first child was born? I would honestly say very inadequate.
I was confused. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. After they handed me Danny, she came out like screaming. Her fingers, I'll never forget, her fingers were all pointed out this way. And she was purple and she just looked strange and she was creamy looking. And I just did not expect I don't know what I expected, but that's not what I expected a baby to look like. And she just looked like a little alien monster. And I was just like, oh my God, my baby's ugly.
Literally put Danny down on the edge of the bed and looked at her for a good half an hour. Like, what am I supposed to do?
When they tell you don't go home with a manual, obviously, like logically, that makes sense. But you don't really realize how true that is until you have that small human in your house and you and your spouse are looking at each other like, now what?
Do I like being a parent? I feel there's no greater call for an adult human than to be a parent. It is worth the time, worth the effort. It's worth seeing the results when they do well. It's worth being there. I enjoy it more than anything else in the world.
I hate being a parent, and let me tell you why I hate being a parent. I hate being a parent because the hardest thing about me being a parent is to get over myself. I love myself. I think I'm pretty awesome. But all seriousness, getting over yourself is hard. It's very hard parenting. It's very hard trying to point humans that have their own thought process, their own mentality in a direction that, because you're on the outside of their circle, you have a bird's eye view. And they're in the midst of things, and they're so close to the situation, and they don't have the experience because literally I've got shirts older than them. And to try to see it from their perspective and to try to speak a language that they'll understand and try to, again, get over myself of, okay, well, I'm the parent, so therefore that's the end. I don't raise them that way, which is very hard. It's so easy to just say, I'm the parent and because I said so. It's so easy. Trying to find a balance of what decisions you can make that will blow back in your face, but not totally disrupt your life, so that way you can learn, hey, trust me. I haven't steered you wrong yet, so continue to trust me.
My dream job was probably to be a pediatric nurse. Now I'd like to be a football coach. When I go to college, I'm going for exercise science and also to play flag football. So I'll get my degree in exercise science, which would help to get me a job in coaching. Right now, my hobbies are probably going to the pool, hanging out with my brothers, and lifting for college and sports. My parents are strict because I hold a high standard. I have high values. My parents hold me and all my brothers accountable and just good parenting, but at a high level, which some may see it as strict, but they just care.
Yeah, my parents are pretty strict. My parents are pretty strict because they're trying to, it's kind of hard to explain, but they're trying to make us not brats, I should say, and trying to make us good humans before we go out in the world.
Oh, I'm a very strict parent, and I am proud of it. First of all, I'm glad that my kids think that me being strict is a good thing. And I'm glad that they do feel that way. So that way, it's not like they're being parented by a monster. It allows them to have the opportunity to figure out who they are first before everybody else around them tells them who they are. And it keeps them safe until they're mature enough to make their own decisions. And when they are mature enough to make their own decision in whatever part of life, they're on their own and I'm not worried about them. For example, Danny, she's going off to college in August and I am not worried about her at all. I have totally prepared her for this season of life. Fun fact, she did not want to go. She wanted to stay home for college, but I think it's best. I think it's good for her to go away to find out who she is outside of the four walls that she's been in for the last almost 18 years. If I was just a strict parent, I would say that would make them very fearful to come to me. There's a second part to that. So part A is being a strict parent, but part B is having a relationship with my kids. So I had to do both at the same time to ensure that there isn't any fear. So I do have a really good relationship with them. I can really work on it with Liam, but Liam is such a daddy's boy. But as far as the bigs are concerned, Nick and Danny, I have a pretty good relationship with each of them.
I'm definitely sad about moving away. I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm gonna miss being in a loud environment all the time. Like, some people say it sucks, but I'm definitely gonna miss it because I was always raised in a loud environment. Even if it was just the four of us, it was me and Nick being loud, and I'm gonna miss it. I am very hopeful for college. I'm very happy with the plan that I have. I'm very excited about it. I am grateful to my parents because without them, none of this would have started. I probably would have been going through the motions of high school and kind of just being mediocre, not doing anything interesting, but they definitely pushed me to go be someone, do something different.
My parenting style is pretty open to dialogue.
What kind of parenting style do I have? Dictatorship.
If they're looking to do something that is totally against their value, it's not up for discussion. And they know that. And so because they do know that, there's not a lot of butting of heads.
Always wanted a big family from since a little kid. So I told my mom, my wife better get ready because we're gonna have a lot of kids. I come from a big family. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters. It was something that, it was kind of preordained, I guess.
Sometimes it feels like we're always missing somebody, but like you have always someone to go to. Like if you want to hang out with Lincoln, you can hang out with Lincoln. You want to hang out with Lucas, you can hang out with Lucas. Like it's pretty fun having a big family, and like we can do like team things because we have such a big family. It's pretty fun.
In a big family, you're never alone. If one person's not there, there are 6 other people. So it's never a dull moment in a big family. There's always something happening. There's always something going on. I mean, it's go time every day.
My favorite thing to do as a big family is probably go on vacation. It's very fun going on vacation and like watching the 3 boys run around having fun.
My favorite thing about being in a big family is it's never lonely. We do have times where we can have our own space and we create space for people to have their own space, but it's never lonely. Like, we really do get to live life together and we get to experience things together. If you take out the parent part of it to make sure, they don't kill themselves when they're jumping off of something. When you take off the parent thing, like vacationing is probably my favorite thing to do with them because it's just so fun to see them experience something new. You can go to the beach 100 times, but every time we go, somebody's a different age and somebody's in a different stage of life.
Traveling with a big family is not without its challenges, but it's a lot of fun. Just seeing the different expressions, how each person experiences the place that we go, the event that we are a part of.
It's a lot of fun. Being in a big family is fun. It's loud. It's sometimes chaotic, but I wouldn't trade it.
My favorite thing about being in a big family is probably that there's always someone to hang out with. If someone makes you mad, you can kind of just go on to the next sibling, hang out with them.
I don't know, just having a big well, I wouldn't say like it's easy. I mean, we do have some difficulties with the boys sometimes, but like other than that, it's just really fun to be around everybody. It's pretty easy being a Shropshire, in my opinion.
I think I would say my mom is my best friend because I can talk to her about anything, and she gives good advice and not just like soft advice. She gives real advice, no matter if I want to hear it or not. I would definitely go to my mom first if I got a speeding ticket because she has a heavy foot like I do, so I feel like she would understand it more than my dad would. Anything sports related, I would go to my dad. So flag football, any like sports statistics, any sports questions, anything like sports financial, all sports thing is my dad.
That's a tough one. Danny is moving away. Danny's that, she's important. And it's I am sad that she is moving away. She is really one of the backbone pieces of this family. I mean, she takes care of her brothers. She takes care of her, as she would call her, Poopa. She takes care of everybody. She's the levity of the house. She's the light one that brings so much joy and sunshine, and her moving away, I mean, it's going to be a huge change, but it's enough of us to go around. So I think that at the end of the day, we'll be fine, but her moving away definitely changes the dynamic of the household.
The brains of the Shropshire operation is definitely my mom. She thinks of everything. Before anything's a problem, she fixes it. So definitely my mom.
Who I think is the brains of the Shropshire family is definitely mommy. She does a lot of things. She plans a lot of things. Definitely mommy is the brains of the family. She does like most of everything, and she works extremely hard.
I believe that my wife is the most brilliant person in the world. I believe that she can do whatever she wants to do. I know everybody says that, but I honestly, fundamentally, unequivocally believe whatever task you put in front of her, she can do. Maybe to her detriment, but that's something I believe.
I structure my day. I budget my time. Time is the one thing that you spend that you don't know what the balance is. And so I budget and I try to make sure that I use it very wisely. We don't watch a lot of TV. We don't spend a lot of time on media, so that helps a lot. And so that's really how I do it. I have a block schedule of when I do what. And that's the only way I can get it all done is by budgeting the time and sticking with it.
There is a belief system in our marriage and in our family. We are sold out for Jesus. We are Jesus freaks. It is embedded in everything that we do, everything that we say, how we behave, manages our decisions, everything.
Belief system as in like Christianity?
Is there a belief system in my family? Yes, 100%. We could not be who we are without Jesus. We used to say God and football, but now that track is added, soccer is added, there's so much more to the situation. But yeah, definitely Jesus first. If it wasn't for him, I would have divorced Darren 16 years ago.
It's Christ-centered. Everything that what we believe is hinged on that.
I'm a strong believer as well. But yeah, it's definitely a belief system. We put like God in almost all the things we do, but not almost all the things we do. It kind of goes without saying, I don't know.
Am I happier now than I was 20 years ago? 100% yes. And it's mainly because I'm a healthier person than I was 20 years ago. And mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, all the health, I contribute that to the fact that I had to die to myself on a very regular basis.
I would honestly say I'm happier today. I'm a lot less selfish. I'm a lot less hot-headed. I'm extremely happy today. I can appreciate what I have. I can appreciate who I have around me. So I am 20 times more happy. How about that?
The life that I'm living now, is it what I pictured? No. It is by far beyond my best day of dreaming. I didn't think it was gonna be this full.
It's nothing what I pictured 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I did not want kids, believe it or not. 20 years ago, I was happy just living with my aunt and kind of going out and doing whatever. So if you were to ask me, and my cousin Chanel will definitely say this, if you would have asked me if I would have had kids and settled down and be the person that I am today, everyone would have told you it was a lie. Nowhere near what I pictured.
So I like the people that I've raised. They are nice people. I could totally see myself hanging out with the bigs as they become adults. I mean, I hang out with them now as young adults, and watching them blossom into these adults. I could totally see a relationship there, one that I would enjoy. And same for the littles. I mean, there's still some time to develop on them, but so far so good.
But I mean, for me, I didn't even know that you were all that I wanted and needed in a woman. Like,
And then some.
Like, are you gonna be able to fit this head in the shot? What are your parents' names?
Daddy and Mommy and Danny and Nick.
Hey.
Because you did a pretty good job.
You heard it here. You heard it here. She said that I did a good job. Hey man, I hope everybody has fun at the party.